let me show you how to play Ohanami. It's a really lovely card drafting game for 2 to 4 players, and it only takes about 20 minutes. By the end of this, you'll know exactly how to cultivate your own beautiful gardens and win the game.
So yeah, let's dive right in.
First up, what are you actually trying to do in Ohanami?
Well, your whole goal is to create up to 3 gardens, which are just rows of cards. The game is played over 3 rounds, and whoever has the most points at the very end wins. Simple as that.
All right, let's get this set up. Don't worry, it's super fast.
First thing you're going to do is give that big deck of cards a really good shuffle. Then deal 10 cards to every single player. Just make sure you have the score pad and a pen handy, and you are ready to start round 1. Okay, now for the fun part. Let's walk through how a round actually plays out.
Ohanami is what we call a card drafting game. Now, what does that mean? It just means you're going to pick a couple of cards from your hand that you want to keep, and then you'll pass the rest of your hand to your neighbor.
So here's how a turn goes. Everybody, all at the same time, looks at their hand of cards, secretly picks 2 they like, and places them face down in front of them. Once everyone's picked their 2 cards, you all pass the rest of your hand to the next player. Now, heads up, the direction you pass your cards actually changes. In the first and third rounds, you're going to pass your cards to the left, clockwise. But in that middle second round, you switch it up and pass to the right. All right, you've got your 2 cards sitting face down in front of you. What now? Well, now it's time to actually build your gardens. And this is probably the most important rule of the entire game. How you place your cards. So, every player has space for a maximum of 3 gardens in front of them. Each garden is just a row of cards, and here's the key. You can only add a new card to the very beginning or the very end of a row. Let's break that down. To add a card to the low end of a garden, its number has to be lower than the lowest number already in that row. To add it to the high end, you guessed it, its number has to be higher than the highest card in that row. Those are the only 2 ways to add a card. And I'm gonna say this again because it's that important. You can never, ever slide a card into the middle of a garden, even if the number fits perfectly. It's gotta be on one of the ends. That's the rule. So what happens if you can't play a card, or maybe you just don't want to? No worries at all. Any cards you don't use, you just put them face down in a discard pile. You've got total freedom. Play both cards, play 1 card, or play none at all. It's your call. Once everyone's hand is empty, that's the end of the round. So let's talk about how you get points and, actually win the game. The scoring in this game is really cool because it builds on itself. After the first round, you only score your blue cards. After round 2, you score your blues and your greens. And then at the very end of the game, after round 3, you finally score all the cards in your gardens.
So what are they worth? Well, every blue card you have gets you 3 points. Every green card is worth 4 points. And those gray cards, which only score in that final round, are worth a whopping 7 points apiece.
But wait, what about the pink cards, the cherry blossoms? These are the game changers. They're special and they score in a totally different way, but only at the very end of the game. Just look at these numbers. The more pink cards you collect across all your gardens, the crazier the points get. See? 1 card is just 1 point, but if you manage to collect 10 of them, boom, that's 55 points. They can be a massive part of your strategy. And just remember, your score is cumulative. So at the end of each round, you're just adding your new points on top of your previous total. That's what the score pad is for. So after that third and final scoring round, you tally everything up, and the player who has carefully cultivated their gardens to get the most points is the winner. So to put it simply, highest total score wins the game. And if there's a tie, the player who collected the most pink cherry blossom cards takes the victory. And that's really all there is to it. It's this fantastic little game of planning and trying to guess what cards are coming your way. You're all set. Now you're ready to play. Which garden are you going to start first?